In 1875, the HMS Challenger was conducting the first major scientific expedition of the deep ocean. They were dragging nets across the ocean floor, collecting samples, studying what came up. And into separate locations, they found megalodon teeth. That is not unusual. Megalodon teeth are found all the time, but these teeth were different. The scientists measured the manganese on the surface of each tooth. Manganese builds up on objects on the ocean floor at a known rate. These teeth had almost none. The estimate came back at around 11,000 years, not 3.5 million. 11,000, if the dating was correct. The megalodon these teeth came from died 11,000 years ago, long after humans were already walking the earth. The dating has been questioned since. The method is not perfectly reliable, but the teeth existed. They were found. What if the extinction date is wrong? What if the megalodon did not disappear 3.6 million years ago, but much more recently? Here is what we know about the deep ocean. It is cold, dark, enormous, and almost completely unexplored. But it is not empty. We have found creatures down there that nobody expected. Fish that produce their own light. The deep ocean supports life, strange life, life that has been there for millions of years without any human being knowing it existed. So the question is specifically, could the megalodon? Here is where honest scientists become careful. The megalodon needed warm, shallow water to hunt the prey it depended on. The deep, cold ocean is not that environment. Most scientists believe it could not survive down there. Most, but not all. We do not know what is in the deep ocean. The colossal squid was known only from pieces found in whale stomachs until 2004. An animal nearly as long as a school bus. The megamouth shark, a massive deep-sea filter feeder, was not discovered until 1976. Unknown until 48 years ago. So when someone asks, could the megalodon still exist? The honest scientific answers, we have not looked enough to be certain. Right now, on beaches in North Carolina, people are finding megalodon teeth in the sand. Children pick them up not knowing what they are. The teeth of a creature that dominated the ocean for 20 million years, still writhing on our shores. Still real. Still enormous. The megalodon probably went extinct 3.6 million years ago. But the ocean is vast and dark, and almost entirely unexplored. Do you want them to find it? Or do you prefer the ocean keeps that secret? See you in the deep, 64 feet. That is how long it was. Longer than a school bus. Heavier than 10 elephants. With a mouth wide enough to swallow you whole, and still have room. It was a shark. The largest shark that has ever existed on this planet. And according to everything we know, it went extinct 3.5 million years ago. According to everything we know. But here's the question that nobody can fully answer. How do you know something that lives in the deepest parts of the ocean is actually gone? This is the story of the megalodon, the largest predator the ocean has ever produced. The creature that made every other shark look like something you would find in a fish tank. And the question that has been keeping marine scientists up at night for decades. What if it never left? Let me start with the basics. Because before you can understand why the megalodon matters, you need to understand what it actually was. Most people imagine it as a giant great white shark. Bigger version, same shape, same behavior. That is not quite right. The megalodon, whose full name is Ototus megalodon, was a separate species entirely. It lived between 23 million and 3.6 million years ago. It dominated the oceans for almost 20 million years. 20 million years. To put that in perspective, modern humans have existed for about 300,000 years. The megalodon was the top. Predator of the ocean for 66 times longer than our entire species has been alive. It was not a temporary creature. It was not a brief experiment. It was the ocean's apex predator for an almost incomprehensible length of time, and it was enormous. Scientists estimate its length at between 15 and 20 meters. Its weight, somewhere between 50 and 100 tons. Its jaws, wide enough to engulf two adult humans standing side by side without touching the sides. Its teeth were up to 18 centimeters long. For comparison, our great white shark's teeth are about 5 centimeters. The megalodon's teeth were more than 3 times that size, and those teeth, those enormous, serrated, perfectly designed killing tools, are the reason we know the megalodon existed at all. Because teeth are the only part of a shark that fossilizes. Sharks do not have bones. Their skeleton is made of cartilage, the same soft material in your nose and ears. Cartilage does not fossilize. It disappears. It dissolves over millions of years and leaves nothing behind. But teeth are different. Teeth are hard, dense, mineral-rich, and megalodon teeth have been found on every continent on Earth. Not just a few, thousands of them in beach sand, in ocean sediment, in rock formations that were once ancient seabeds, from North America to Europe to Australia to Antarctica. This creature was everywhere. For 20 million years, it was everywhere. Now, what did it eat? Because the size of the megalodon only makes sense when you understand what it was hunting. 3.5 million years ago, the ocean was full of large prey. Whales, giant sea turtles, other massive marine mammals that no longer exist. The megalodon was not hunting fish the way a shark hunts today. It was hunting whales, actively, strategically, the way an orca hunts today. But on a scale that is genuinely difficult to imagine. Scientists know this because of the fossil record. Whale bones from the megalodon's era show bite marks, enormous bite marks, with a spacing and a pattern that match megalodon teeth perfectly. And the bites are not random. They are targeted, specific, aimed at the parts of the whale that would cause the most damage in the shortest time. The fins, the tail, the areas that would stop the whale from swimming and escaping. This was not a creature that stumbled into its prey and got lucky. This was a predator that understood what it was doing, that planned, that targeted, that hunted. With precision, a 60-foot shark that hunted whales strategically. Let that sit for a moment. So what happened to it? Why is it gone? The honest answer is, we are not entirely sure. The most widely accepted theory is this: around 3.6 million years ago, the ocean began to change. Global temperatures shifted. The waters the megalodon preferred, warm, shallow, coastal seas, started to cool and shrink. The large prey it depended on began to migrate to colder waters that the megalodon did not follow, or could not follow. At the same time, new predators were evolving, the ancestors of modern. Orcas, faster, more social, better adapted to the changing ocean, competing for the same food. Less food, more competition, a changing ocean, and the megalodon, too large, too dependent on warm water, too reliant on a type of prey that was moving away, could not adapt fast enough. That is the official explanation. But here is where it gets interesting. Because that explanation has a gap in it. A significant one. The gap is this: we know the megalodon preferred shallow coastal waters, warm seas near the surface. That is where its fossils are found. That is where it hunted. That is where it gave birth. But the ocean is not just shallow coastal water. The ocean goes down for kilometers. Kilometers, 11 kilometers in the deepest trenches. And we have explored almost none of it. Less than 20% of the ocean floor has been mapped in any real detail. The deep ocean, below 1,000 meters, is almost completely unknown. We have better maps of Mars than we have of our own ocean. Which means, when scientists say the megalodon went extinct, what they're really saying is this: we stopped finding evidence of it in the shallow waters. We cannot say what is or is not in the deep, because we have not looked. Not properly. Not completely. Not even close.